I didn't expect anything less from Jay-Z. This Jay-Z and Target partnership announcement has people in a stir on the timeline, bruh. So Jay-Z announced a partnership and exclusive deal with Target in the middle of Black people supposedly boycotting Target. So this would apparently be where Target will be releasing an exclusive anniversary edition of the 1996 debut album Reasonable Doubt. There's two selling points to this new anniversary edition of Reasonable Doubt. The vinyl will have a unique color only for the anniversary edition, and it will only ever be sold at Target. And also, there will be unreleased versions of certain records that would only be on this vinyl. And that's only being released via Target.
Jay-Z's the ops.
All right, J. Cole did the same thing.
Recently? Oh, there you go. See, he's the Potter of the year.
I think J. Cole did the same thing.
So it's cool now.
Kendrick did it for GNX.
Personally, I think it's selective outrage. Okay, the reason I think it's selective outrage, because if you go on Target's website, it seems like every major artist has the same vinyl exclusive with Target. I saw it on J. Cole, The Fall Off. I saw it on Kendrick GNX. I saw it on The Weeknd. I saw it on, Nicki Minaj.
So you're saying the outrage is subjective?
I'm saying that outrage is very selective, and it kind of falls on what I said a couple episodes ago, that Jay-Z is the Israel of rap.
One of my colleagues said Jay-Z is known for doing this. Hence, look at the NFL deal he did. At the height of the boycott or taking a kneel during that time.
Well, the thing I will say is Colin Kaepernick was trying to get into the NFL. He was doing tryouts.
After the Jay-Z got in back.
No, he was doing tryouts the entire time. Colin Kaepernick was doing secret tryouts the entire time. He desperately was trying to get back into the NFL. So I'll say that much. Do I believe Jay-Z could have taken more of a stand? Absolutely. Especially with that press conference where Jay-Z said we're past kneeling.
Would you kneel or would you stand? Okay. I think we passed kneeling. I think it's time to go into actionable items.
But I don't think we should take his past to indict him on something that we don't know the full scope of. And the headline once again says it's a partnership. From what I've heard, it's not a partnership, it's a collab. And this is something that Target does with a lot of the music that they distribute. And J. Cole and Kendrick were examples that were brought up as people who've done this. So it's not like a thing that's exclusive to Jay-Z. That's what I've heard. I didn't get a chance to do a deep dive into it, but
what do you say to people who say Jay-Z's always there when Black people are being undermined?
I say, that's a fair critique, but is it just Jay-Z, or is it Jay-Z's the biggest name, so we choose to go after Jay-Z?
I would argue J. Cole, and if what you're saying is correct, J. Cole and Kendrick are just as big as Jay-Z.
Yeah, but how many people want to point the finger at Kendrick, right? Because Kendrick is like the symbol of Black empowerment and Black pride.
Yeah.
And that's where it gets sticky for a lot of people, right? I think Jay-Z is the easiest target because he's not liked. He's the Israel of rap. So it's easy to point the finger at him. Everybody has a bias. When it comes to pointing the finger at things that you associate with or things that you like or things that you have an affinity for, it's hard to blame those things. And when it comes to boycotting businesses, how many businesses are you guys willing to boycott? Because do we believe, just on the surface, it's just Target that roll back DEI programs? Is it just Target that made promises to spend money on Black causes and fund schools and HBCUs that are not holding up that end of the bargain? Is Walmart there? Is Amazon there?
So my question is, I'd like to find out the force behind the boycott of Target, like the group behind it, and find out who's funding them, or who's on top of that.
I'm saying it gets sticky when it comes to keeping the same energy. It reminds me of if you have an issue with, say, domestic violence or sexual crimes, and you say, you know, I'm not going to listen to this artist because they're a sexual deviant or they have DV attached to their name. But when you look at the entire landscape of music, you start seeing other names pop up of artists who have these things attached to them. Maybe even
A lot of rappers, even athletes have them.
Dr. Dre's a huge name, and it's established.
Oh yeah, and a lot of
He's been
athletes
violent with his girlfriends. The journalist Dee Brown, I believe her name was.
He broke her face, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he signed off. They signed off on paperwork. They don't. She doesn't even talk about it because she can't.
Big Pun. There's allegations against Biggie.
They have an argument. It got so heated that he asked his man C Gutter. He said, "Give me the gun." And I was like, "The gun? Fuck you about to do with this?" And he was gonna shoot her.
But when it comes to people that you have an affinity to, people that you like, now it becomes harder. Marvin Gaye has some weird shit attached to his name. It gets deep. James Brown.
Oh, you got to put these facts up when we're naming these.
It gets sticky. It gets sticky, icky, wicky. It gets uncomfortable. It's easy to point the finger at Elvis Presley. Do you have the same energy from Marvin Gaye? James Brown?
I understand what you're saying, but if we choose to look the other way when it comes down to a black entertainer or a person who's black in power, is it better for the black progression?
I'm not even saying you got to look away. I'm just saying have consistency, but it gets tricky, right? So if you're boycotting Target for not holding up its promises to the black community, is Target the only corporation that hasn't held up its end of the bargain? Chances are it's not. So now you have to target this place. You have to target Amazon. Everybody buys everything from Amazon. And I'm pretty sure Jeff Bezos came out as a Trump supporter. Walmart.
They all are, because they're all getting tax breaks from him.
And that's what I'm saying. It gets sticky. You get what I'm saying? Now, if it turns out that what I'm saying is true, that Jay-Z isn't a partner, he's just collabing, and a lot of artists have done the same thing with their albums, are they going to get the same smoke that Jay-Z's getting? All I'm saying is, when it comes to this moral high ground thing, it's easy when the focus is singular. But now when you focus on the whole landscape, shit.
I know.
Now it gets tense.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm saying. But I think this we'll see what comes from this whole Jay-Z thing. And I understand people going at Jay-Z, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of people don't read past the headlines anyways. They see it, and Jay-Z's so hateable at this moment. Like I said, the Israel of rap. It's easy for people to just be like, fuck Jay-Z, he's been a sellout. Remember what he did at the NFL? And, like, I understand that. I get that. But at the same time, let's try to be objective and fair. Is Jay-Z the only artist that's done this? Is Target the only place that made promises to the black community that hasn't held up its end and its promises to the black community? Or is there a whole litany of corporations, like you said, Walmart, Amazon? There's probably a ton. They're going to roll back a bunch of DEI programs as soon as Trump got into the White House and said, fuck it. Yeah, we promised this during George Floyd, but Trump is in. It's a new day. Fuck it. Mark Zuckerberg was a freaking liberal. Now he's MAGA. You know what I mean?
Man. Anyway.
Yeah.